Good afternoon, everyone. Michael here for Tactica Imperialis, and this is sort of a vlog type sit and talk, well, stand and paint and talk type thing. I just want to discuss a few things in the hobby. It's not specific, it's nothing focused, it's just me talking hobby wise whilst I'm painting up my dragon. This is how my dragon's looking, if you're interested. I've got a fair few washes to do, and obviously I need to stick the rider together. He's currently got no head and no arms. Um, but that's what I'm planning to do, and I'm going to do that whilst I'm making this video. So I guess the first place to start obviously was the new news. We've got some new Dark Eldar minis. I've mentioned them before, although we weren't quite sure what we were going to get. The Void Raven Bomber is out, I believe, came out this weekend. There's a Succubus mini. There is a Homunculus, which is already out. A Archon, which looks quite schemy, of cross-armed type thing. Although, if you follow Scardcast, or Scaredcast as I seem to want to call him, he's done a full review. 40k Scribe has done a full video, and on Twitter it seems as though Vect isn't in the Codex, which would confuse the life out of me. I mean, why would you take the most famous named character in a Codex out of a Codex? Makes no sense to me. But apparently he's not. There's a ton of rules. If you follow me on Twitter, then you'll know I've been retweeting stuff. So if you haven't, there's a link to my Twitter in the description. You can probably just follow the first few links if you're watching this at the time I'm putting it up, and you can probably just check out what's new. I think I haven't really had a full look at it. I'm probably going to do that when I come around to do news and rumors again for the next set of rumors. Speaking of, looks like Blood Angels have finally got some rumours. Commissar Warwick, if you are watching this, then rejoice. It is set to be after this next End Times release, which I'm told is going to be part Chaos, part Elf. I had a comment on News and Rumours saying that it was going to be partly an Elven release, which is interesting. I didn't see that coming. Not sure who they're going to bring back, but I've heard speculation, at least in the on the Chaos front, of Van Horstman, who is one of the most powerful wizards. Galrosh, who is a two-headed dragon. I think Van Horstman will get a two-headed dragon kit, so it'll be a combo kit, so you can either make Galrock or Van Horstman on special Chaos Dragon. So that should be fun. I've also seen the rules for Nagash, or not Nagash, have I? I think I have seen the rules for Nagash, and the Mortarks, the Morghasts, and they look quite terrifying. They're very expensive, but damn, they are powerful. And I'm hoping that the elves and everyone else will get a balance. In terms of a contrast, there has been a little bit. I mean, Valton, Herald of Sigmar, has got a model now. A new model, new set of rules, and he looks pretty powerful. I don't think he's quite on the level of Neferata or Arkan, but he should be quite good. I think he might be the first answer that the Forces of Order have. I'm not quite sure who else. I'm sure there were more, but they've gone out of my head, I'm afraid. I saw it a couple of weeks ago, just this review. So they should be quite good. Anyway, I've got distracted. Blood Angels. It's said to be a 4 to 5 week release window. So that should be good. I'm not sure what they'll do. I think it'll mostly be streamlining. Apparently they'll not get access to some of the Space Marine tanks, but all the Space Marine flyers like the Storm Talon will be carried over. I'd like them to get the Hunter and the Stalker as well, just because Blood Angels, I know they have a flyer, but they have a little bit of an AA issue. Anti-air is not their strongest suit. So I'm interested. Probably a new model for Dante and Mephiston, or Mephiston, whichever one gets Lord of War. Because, well, Logan did. I know Gazgul didn't, but Logan did, and Vect is. So, assuming that the part that Vect not being in the Codex is wrong, Vect will be getting a new model. So, I think it'll be interesting to see a new Dante. I think Dante probably needs it more than Mephiston needs it. Although you could argue either way. I mean, Dante falls over if you're not very good at assembling, but Mephiston looks very outdated, and yet Mephiston looks really, really badass. So I can't really argue with Mephiston staying as he is. I just hope they, if whoever they redo, they do it justice, is all I'm hoping. They do it justice, because those two are pretty iconic in terms of Astartes. Maybe they'll both get Lord of War. I don't know. Maybe. I'll find out. I could go digging for the rumours now, but I'm sure I'll put them out when it comes around, and I'll do a news and rumours nearer the time. So what else is going on? Well, first thing is apology for the Zhao Patet Belt campaign. We haven't been able to carry it on at the minute. We seem to be snowed under. I mean, Ben has moved school, so I don't see him very often. I'm hoping that I'm going to meet up with him on Tuesday and we'll get a game in. We may have to have the Chaos Guard alliance that I talked about in Game 3 be broken, just in case Kieran's unavailable, because otherwise we could be waiting quite a long time for the next mission. I already know that you probably waited long enough and maybe even forgotten about it. So I hope you haven't. And I'll do the next video as soon as I can. I do promise that. As soon as I can get a game in with Ben, I will do so. I'm also going to get Ben's fluff for his Chaos Lord, and we're going to do that video, the background video. I did one on my Guard General, Sol Noir. I haven't seen much reception on it. I don't know how well it's done, but I quite like the idea. I like the idea of doing story time videos because coming up with fluff in advance of a mission is not something I'm very strong at. It's not a narrative campaign, this, so it's more about the background of the characters is what I want to do, rather than the characters themselves evolving. I mean, they might evolve as they get better in the campaign and get the character upgrades. I know I'm planning to make Sol Noir a bit of a beast, and I'm sure Ben's Lord, who we've named Void Reaper. I know we jokingly named him Barack Obama in the game, but that has not materialized. He is now Void Reaper, and I will do his fluff as soon as I can, i.e. as soon as I get the model and the fluff off of Ben. So that's that. Kieran has also been writing up some custom rules. They are for fantasy, so they might not be everybody's cup of tea, but there's some fantasy custom rules talking about boats. Yes, boats, sort of like transport boats, so you can do island hopping, because that's something we want to do, is a mission like that, and possibly do a full fantasy campaign based on raiding and ships and such. We don't own Dreadfleet, but then again, it wouldn't fit. And the participants will be my elves, of course, and Kieran will probably play Skaven. He may do ogres as well, depends on how long we wait, because obviously this is our last year of A-levels, and then we disappear. We go off to university. Well, that's the plan anyway. So I may not see much of Kieran next year. Hopefully we'll meet up every now and then. We'll do some interactive videos. I'm really hoping we can do that, because I really enjoy making videos with Kieran. He's a really good laugh, and we have some good games as well. Right. What else? Well, hopefully you saw my custom rules, actually, speaking of rules, the other day with Cadian Shock. They are obviously the Yarrick rules. Go and check that out. It's in the custom rules playlist, like, well, all my custom rules videos are. And I think it's a really good set of rules, and it's really nice to get some participation from others in this series, because obviously that custom rules series is not just about me coming up with some weird and wonderful rules that I like, such as Codex Mechanicus, and of course my own little baby 40k zombies. I mean, I really enjoy that sort of thing, but I want to get you guys involved in that series as much as I can. So that's what I really hope you can take some inspiration from Cadian Shock and anyone else who may decide to send rules in the interlude between that video and you seeing this video, because you could be seeing this video at any time, I don't know. So yeah, I hope you get some inspiration off that and make some rules of your own, and of course just send them to me, and I will, every rule set I get, eventually I will air them all. And of course, you will be able to give me some feedback, give the user some feedback in the comments. And I'm hoping to create a Dakar account. I still haven't got round to that, because once I've got a bit more intake, I'll do that. So for now, at the very least, the onus is on you guys. It's actually quite nice to talk while you're painting something, as you can start painting something and then think, oh, I should really do or say something, and you lose track of yourself. But it's really good. I really enjoy painting. I may suck at it. I do suck at painting. I do. You've seen my guard models. You've seen my elven army now, and you know it looks pretty awful. But I enjoy painting. But obviously, my main skill is talking. Yes, I do a lot of talking in my videos, obviously, and it's something I got quite good at. but I think I've got reasonably good at is being able to talk to you guys and doing some fun stuff and delivering videos in a way that helps people, because I get a lot of nice feedback on tactics videos especially, and I really enjoy getting that feedback off of you guys. So feedback is always appreciated. But I am trying to get better at painting. I mean, I had some cool idea to do a three-tone blue on this dragon. I mean, if I put it up to the lens, you can see there's purple underneath. That's the colour Kieran painted it in. And then there's enchanted blue, the old enchanted blue and the old ice blue, which I actually don't know what they're called nowadays. I don't keep up with the new paints. I don't really like the new paints, in all honesty. I mean, I still use Astronomic and Grey to paint all the white on the rocks and the robes. I do own the new one, Celestra Grey, but it's gone completely watery and useless. So I can't use it, which sucks. In other news, my chainmail has dried up. I've added water to it as well, seeing if I can get it to liquidize again and I can use it, but I'm not holding out much hope. I'm hoping I can do it, but I've got enough metal on this guy already. Yeah, I do enjoy this. I don't often do painting because I've got a lot of stuff painted. I don't buy models very much nowadays. It really does bug me that I don't get to buy many models. I don't get to get them. I mean, I haven't bought a model from Games Workshop in, oh God, how long is it now? A year and a bit. I think it was my birthday last year that I actually bought my first Guard Infantry Squad and my first Guard Command Squad. I haven't bought a GW model from GW since then. All my other Guard models have come second hand. And obviously I still use a lot of counters. I'm sure you're aware of that. I always have something counting as something, whether it be orcs or elves. I always need counters because I never really get a chance to buy any guardsmen. And that's bad. I mean, I really want to get some fresh guardsmen, really top the force. So I want to get some of the new stuff as well. The Militarum Tempestus, I think, look really good. They might not be the best rules-wise, but they look awesome, and I really want to get a few. But I can't guarantee that because cash is a little bit at a premium, and GW, my local GW actually shut down in the near shopping centre, actually closed and moved to the next town, which we don't go to very often. I mean, there is one in the city near that shopping centre, but we very rarely go into the city centre, so I haven't been in a GW store in a long time, which is unfortunate. So yeah, I'm really hoping to get some Militarum Tempestus. I really want another Lehman Russ, and I want a Wyvern. You know why I love Wyverns. They're amazing, if you ask me. I think they are one of the best units in the Guard Codex, and I really want one a lot. Plus, they're better than the Hydra, which is the other option in that kit. Right, wash is done. I might leave that for 2 minutes. Am I ready to put that together? I think I might be ready to put this together now. It's almost ready. Yeah, I think we're almost ready to put this together now. Okay. So I've done a small conversion with the weapon. If I just show you the weapon, please focus. It's not working. Anyway, this is the lance from the dragon kit. And this is not the lance head. This is the head from the staff belonging to, I believe it's the dragon mage. The reason I've done that is because I don't know what I want to run my dragon as. I don't want to run it as a prince, an archmage, or a dragon mage. I like dragon mages. I think they're really a cool part of the fluff, but they're not very good. But they're the cheapest, generally. So I'm debating. And so I've done a weapon that could sort of count as all three. It looks like a staff. It's got the dragon mage sort of head, but it could also be intuitively done as a spear type thing, and so I could use it as a lance. I know it's cheating, but, well, I'm cutting corners because I'm a little bit clever like that. I don't really like to be limited by what we call WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get. I prefer it to be WYSIWYG, but when you don't know what you want to run it as, or you want to run it as various different things, you can't always WYSIWYG it, I'm afraid. It sort of sucks, but anyhow, what can you do? Ooh, that's what I've forgotten. I've forgotten to do the flash. I have such a good memory. It's there. Talon Flash. There we go. Yeah, this is my actual original one. Yeah, you can. If I just show you, I barely even use this. I barely ever used it. When you play Orcs, you don't need it. You play Guard, Yeah, you need it. But I like to highlight my elves. I have elf flesh, but I think has my elf flesh gone all? I think my elf flesh has gone really watery. So I'm just going to check actually. Has it gone all watery? Yeah. Good way to check actually if your paint pot's gone watery is just give it a shake and look at the lid, and as you might be able to see, it's sort of drained off, meaning that or it's all coalescing, but there's a little bit on the tip, and there it's flowing over. I probably can't show you. I'm not very good with the camera, but it's overflowing over the top, which means it's gone all watery, and that makes it unusable, which sucks. So I'm using my old Talon flesh, which is going to be darker, but that's a fair enough trade, I suppose. Yeah, I don't like the new Citadel paints. They're really, really watery. They're good to start with. I mean, Celestra Grey did a really good job, and my Desert Yellow. Actually, that's the old Desert Yellow. I had an Avalanche Sunset, which is the old Yand. Is it Yandan Darkness? Yeah, I used to have. I've got that, but as with Celestra Grey, it's just gone incredibly watery and is basically unusable. Not to say the old Citadel paints were perfect. I mean, as I just mentioned, my Desert Yellow has gone really watery as well. My Regal Blue went really watery. That's one of the really old paint pots. Really disappointed. I wanted that Regal Blue. I thought I had one because I wanted to do this three-tone blue. You've got the, as I say, you've got the purple on the flesh, but I wanted that to be Regal Blue and then use Enchanted Blue highlights and then the extremities in Ice Blue. Unfortunately, that will not be materializing because I don't have a Regal Blue, but the purple still works fine. I do quite like the purple with the highlights on it. It does look quite good. Just not what I intended when I started. Oh well, that happens a lot. So yeah, as I was saying, I haven't really bought any GW models. I want to expand and get them. I'm going back on myself now. I would say this is completely unscripted. I'm not really planned anything I'm going to say. I just wanted to talk and paint at the same time, just to stop myself going completely insane. If my parents can hear me, they probably think I'm going completely out of my mind. Ah well, there are worse things than being insane. Anyway, coming up in terms of videos, I'm doing the next part of 40k Tactics is going to be a Tau Tactica. Yes, I did an anti-Tau Tactica, but I want to redress the balance, and it wraps up my look at the Tau on the channel actually rather nicely, because then I've done the Codex, I've done Tactics 4 and Tactics Against, and you've seen them in battle reports as we've been going along. So the Tau season might be over on Tactica Imperialis. Well, ish. I mean, they'll still be in the Zaupatet belt, obviously, but in terms of actual videos dedicated to Tau, I think we're coming to the end of that. Next time I'm going to do is Astra Militarum. That's the next Codex. I have my copy now. I just need to get it in a format where I can read it and still analyze it. Like, I had it on paper when I was working with Kieran, but I don't fancy printing 100 odd pages of Codex. I really don't. And the way this Codex is laid out, it's not one to a page. It's in a really odd layout. So it's not great. I have some issues with it, so I don't want to print it out, unfortunately. But I'll probably get an e-copy on my iPad, and then I'll record the videos like I recorded the last Codex analysis, like I recorded Cadian Shocks video, that sort of thing. I'll do it like that. Right, so to the assembly. So as I was saying, with the dragon, I've gone in with this minor converted lance nonsense thingy, and I'm going to give him a shield on the other arm. I debated the horn component, but I think the horn magic item might have been removed from the High Elf Codex. I still haven't got the new High Elf Army book, and I really want to get it. Like I say, haven't been to GW. Money's not the most available thing in the world right now, so I have other things to do. Right, let's attach the weapon first. Yeah, I don't use GW glue. This is really quite good. I'm going to just quickly do that. I use this glue. It's very precise and it does a really good job. But you get overspills. Quite often you get overspills. So you always sometimes need a surface to wipe it off on. Right, now then, behave. Had some real fun blue tacking this on, so God knows how it's going to glue. You can't see what I'm doing, can you? Come on. Right, you're there. Okay, you're there. Go on. All right. Okay. I'm just gonna hold that for 2 minutes. And I've lost track of myself. What else I was doing again? Let's back up then. Let's go back to the future. Oops. Let's go back to what we're going to do. 40k Tactics, I've said. Hopefully the next Tech Belt video as soon as we can get it up. I really want to get that video made, the next battle, what I'm going to do with Ben. And then I want to get Ben's fluff done. I want to get Kieran's fluff done. And then hopefully we'll do a few games. I don't know if we'll get the campaign done. I hate to say it, but I really worry we're not going to get this campaign finished by the end of this year, because Ben's availability combined with my availability, combined with Kieran's availability, combined with our general uselessness, could mean that this campaign falls flat. And I really hate that, because one thing I always wanted to do on this channel was a campaign, like right back to when I was doing Codex analysis Orcs, the original Orc Codex, the fourth ed one. I did a Codex analysis series on it, and I said we were going to do a campaign all the way back then. So I always wanted to get a campaign done, but it's going to prove difficult.